Good evening, YouTube. Okay, I'll start by saying that almost all providers today decided that they could pull winning cash scores with only a 4-game slate compared to yesterday. So, go figure. Yay for computers today. Quickly, let's just review the scores from today. Give me a second here. I think that's a pretty good view for you guys. I'm getting a little bit better at trying to do this quickly here. So we're going to start off with Roto Grinders missing in action. No Roto Grinders today. This is Roto Wire's score from today. They had Westbrook at the top and Bogut at the bottom. That's kind of how I'm just identifying each one. They projected at 305 and they ended up scoring a 286.4. Not bad. What were the glaring things? Matthews, well, he was cheap at 4,500. I guess he was 4 times value. Bogut, I suppose, at the bottom at 4,800. I mean, it's still 4 times. You just can't have too many 4 times values. You need to hit towards 300. 2 or 3 or 4 of those, and that's going to hurt you. All right, so let's move on to Fantasy Pros. And they were Westbrook and Presley and Len right here. And Fantasy Pros with Westbrook at the top, Presley there, and is the punt play, and Len at the bottom. I mean, Len was the great play all around, but I just cannot believe that. Look at Jesus Christ. I mean, 2 points for Presley. That's why sometimes your punt play still has to be a decent punt play no matter what. Anyways, that was projected at 282 and it scored a 227. Not a good day for Fantasy Pros. All right, let's back out and let's check out what Daily Fantasy Cafe did. And they had an impressive score, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, number 1 right at the top there on that league, guys. And they led off with Westbrook at the top. They had Price in there as their punt, which was a good punt because they got Wade in there, they got Durant in there, they got Leonard in there, and then they had Len at the bottom. And Lee as a punt play paid really well. He was an excellent value tonight, guys. Just really came out good. And 315, which paid GPPs, cash all the way around. If you pull this as your lineup, good for you and nice job. I give a congratulations to Daily Fantasy Cafe for that one. Okay, on to my cash selection. And like I promised you guys, I bet them all every day like I tell you I do. My cash selection, I projected it, I think it was 301 or 302 or something like that, but it did not win. It was running close there at the end. You look at the cash line on it when we get to it. Let's go to it says I got a 269, but I want to go to all entries real fast and scroll down. Now it says 50 right there was 281, and so my entry was 260. I was a dozen points off. It doesn't take much to lose these things, guys. So there was my cash entry. I was about 10% off of it. The real thing that hurt me, AC, and they got the news at the very end there that Rondo was going to play. But I knew Rondo was going to play, but Rudy Gay playing really took my AC punt out. And Cantor was my own mistake. I thought Cantor might do a little bit better at the center, but I could have gone with a different choice there. So screwed up there. At least got the Durant and Dragic thing right and Wade. So, you move on tomorrow. And the beauty of that is that I had a GPP at the end, even though I said, guys, don't do a GPP. And, at the last second I decided I'm just going to go ahead and run a GPP. Why not? And this was my GPP entry right here. And that actually won a little cash, so no worries. I had Dragic and Williams because I didn't like that punt, and Williams was a great punt at the end. I had Thompson and Matthews, Durant and Barnes, and then Green and Aldridge and Len at the bottom. And that ended up paying a 301.7. Really, I mean, if you bag 300, you got to be happy. Okay, and I was able to film another section of bankroll management today, which was good. I'm hoping to have that done by the middle of next week. It's going to be an edited video, so that should be good. All right, let's move back on to me and let's get on to the projections, and then we'll go back over again. Oh, this is so much fun, guys, with doing it all on my own. Let me tell you what, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Focus. Okay, so projections, and I've got these all in front of me because we got a big slate tomorrow. It's a 10-game slate, guys. All right, so let's just roll right on out. 10 games, let's get moving. Okay, basically high and mid-priced players, you know what I mean. I'm going to only include a cheap guy again if it's a value punt play. So at point guard, and these basically go in salary order on FanDuel. You can kind of like look at them as you're going down a list. Point guard, Wall at 47, Lilliard at 45, Lowry at 42, Russell at 34 because Clarkson is probably out. So, but if he's in for some reason, yeah, he's out though. Mutier at 27, Payton at 29. That's a bit minutes dependent on my computer. There's a bit of variance, but I just settled at 29 in the end. Walker at 41, Irving at 38, Rubio at 33, and Dragic at 42. What the F? 42? Let's just say 36. I think my computer's like, something's wrong, you know what I mean? So, but it literally is, so I'm saying 36 there, even though. I got Bayless at 23 and Kanan at 22. That's a great punt play. Kanan at 22 versus the Sheldon Mack stuff that we've been going on to. Ugh. Okay, on to shot guard. We have Middleton at 42, DeRozan and Wade at 35, Ellis at 29, Levine at 30, not bad, Turner at 25, Depot at 36. Nice one there too, guys. Wiggins and Batum at 28, Barton at 26. That's also pretty good. Affalo at 25. There's so many good values on a 10-game slate. Booker at 23. And the Booker has a huge range. It's like 18 to 29 when it's massive. I settled at 23 there. Okay, it's small forward. We have James at 51. King James, baby, above 50. We got Paul George at 44, Antetokounmpo at 42, Melo at 40, Hayward at 33, Deng at 32, Crowder at 28, Winslow at 27, Bazemore at 25, Bogdanovic at 26. That is awesome for minimum value, guys. It's just whoa. Teletovic and Muhammad both at 22. And at power forward, tomorrow's projections are for Favors and Young both at 39, Millsap and Love both at 36. This is going to get funny. Gordon at 34, Sullinger, Williams, and Parker all at 32. Thompson, Randall, and Dieng all at 28. Noel at 24, Porzingis at 23, and Arthur at 18. Not the best of punts on this kind of night. And finally at center, Towns at 47, Vucevic at 43, Whiteside at 42, Horford at 37, which I kind of like. That's pretty high. I guess there's they're bought risk, but probably not. B. Lopez at 34, and R. Lopez at 28. Not much difference with a lot of price difference. Gobert at 31, Len at 30. Yeah, it's still a good deal. It is. But Plumlee and Nimby at 24, both. Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of like just cluster around the same price. This is one crazy position at small forward tonight. Okay, and then moving on at center. Oh, well, I just gave you center. I guess I never really just mentioned that, but anyways. So, I have an early optimal cash lineup for you guys. It's midnight. If I've made a mistake here and there, forgive me, guys. I'll do explanations on my picks here because it's my cash lineup basically for tomorrow and everything. And then, I'm going to do the other optimal cash lineups that are posted tomorrow and a sample GPP for you guys. All right, so leave some comments, thumbs up and down, do whatever you guys need to do, and I'll see you again later on after I've gotten the other optimals. We've seen some injury and for more information, and I put together a nice GPP for you. So let's move on to your optimal cash lineup for me for tomorrow. That is not my optimal cash lineup, is it? No, that's my winning one. Let's move on to what we already have bet for cash, and I'll show you guys. Right there you can see it's in a $5 league already, 50-50 to win, and let's go. Okay, so at point guard we have Dragic and we have Kanan. And let me start explaining why I've done what I've done with such a huge slate. Alright, I've written up Dragic several times, but I'll mention again, besides his stats, that he happens to be playing the Sixers tomorrow, and he's likely to pull yet another 40 fantasy points against them. Rounding out with Kanan, it's kind of like this. This optimizes what you'll want to have. You want to have Sheldon Mack for $200 less, but I'm telling you, for $200 more, this guy will literally double Max production. He's getting the consistent minutes right now, and I just don't like Max inconsistency. It's worth finding the right way to punt. He plays Miami too, which isn't like the worst opponent, but the game won't be a blowout either, and that's good. Alright, and to shot guard, I have Depot and I have Barton. I've talked about both these guys before, and again, based on their performance, but the best part here are the opponents. Depot has a fast-paced game, and not much D with him. And Barton's got the Nets, and they're both going to be very, very happy campers. I'd like to play the Suns and the Nets if I was in the NBA. That would just be me. So again, okay, move on to small forward. We've got LeBron and Antetokounmpo. Yes, LeBron has the stats, of course, but does he have the game? Yes, he does. Look at that, guys. Look at that. He's playing the Wizards. Awesome. And we're rounding it out with the big A, and he's been on a huge tear lately, and it certainly doesn't help or hurt, that he's playing the Bucks. They're going to let him score. All right, and at power forward, I have Millsap and Parker. Like most of these high floor picks, they have ideal matchups and minutes on Friday. Millsap has the Lakers, and on fire rookie Parker has the Bucks as well, and that's not projected to be a blowout either. On top of them being the worst against fantasy scoring allowed against that position, which is awesome. And finally, at center, yes, I was able to get Len in. With these new guys' names that come up like Len because of injuries and coaching changes, I know everyone gets a little bit leery, but this guy's the real deal. He gets the minutes, and he's going to get them again tomorrow. With $100 to spare in the lineup by doing all this, lock in your 50-50 win tomorrow and just submit. Okay, that's it for your results, projections, and my recommended cash lineup. Follow me on Twitter at MikeMiller78 for the latest news, injuries, and lineup updates. And subscribe here if you want to notice on the future videos, especially like the GPP one tomorrow I'm going to post with the other optimal cash lineups. I do plan to have them around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific. That might be like noon or 1 o'clock. Roto Grinders kind of made it late again today, and I was waiting out for them, and in the end I just gave up because it's worth it that way. If you guys want any other sample GPPs, feel free to direct message me on Twitter. I'm happy to help you guys out and give other advice. I hope you all had a great Thursday. Go out there and go win some money, and tomorrow and today start the weekend. Have a great night. Bye.